there's something that keeps on popping in my mind. And when I listen to people like you, I listen to people like Pierre Lumumba, I listen to also people like individuals like Julius Malema, among others, other strong or controversial Pan-Africanists like you, and the message I receive, I myself being a person who works in the media with different individuals, I receive different characters on a daily basis. They say, you Pan-Africanists, people like you, for example, King Maponga and others, you are just fond of lamenting. You are just fond of talking. You are, in short, you are motivational speakers with no solutions whatsoever.
When the face is beautiful and the software is not working, hardware suffers. When a country is beautiful and the thinking of the country is not right, the resources of the country are always at stake. Our business, therefore, is firstly to change the software, the quality of thinking. I don't care what you call it. You can call it motivational speaking, you can call it wafflers and talkers who have no solutions. But what solution can I give you when you can't think right? If right now I give you 10 million US dollars, is it not true that in the next 5-6 days, your house will be full of things? Will you even think of opening and starting a business? No, because the African mind thinks that money is equivalent to expenses and buying. So our job as forerunners right now, it is to rewire the thinking of the African children. That's not motivation as far as I'm concerned. If I want to do motivation, I'll be saying, I receive. Say I receive in Jesus' mighty name. Then you can say I'm motivating you to go and sit in front of a pastor and think that God can bless you when you don't have the means of land and resources. So this is not motivation. We are calling for a change of mindset, change of government systems. We don't be changing foxes with hyenas here, just changing leaders, but the system remains the same. Bureaucracy, red taping, bottlenecking, policies that deliberately exclude the Africans from participating in the economy. Right now, if you are found holding a gold in your hand or holding diamonds in your hand, will you not be arrested? Why? Because the policy says you must have a license to hold it. Who writes the policy? It is the white man who wrote it. So that what? So that black people cannot access the resources. So when was this written? Oh, it's the legislation of 1942. Were you in power, you UNDP or ZANU-PF or ANC? Were you there when this policy was approved? No, we just found it there. Then why are you sitting in a government office approving a policy which was deliberately designed to exclude you from your own people? You can't use African medicines. Why? Because there's a policy that was written in 1956. Hell no. Where were you in 1956 as a ruling party? So we need politicians that are mentally and politically circumcised to understand that they've now become custodians, Uncle Toms, who did not change the system, but who have moved into the same colonial chair. And they're now also responsible for giving directives and approving what? So that a black man can. But you look very carefully at this policy. Government officials, don't waste our time sitting in governments. Start looking at the monster in the house. That is evil legislative framework and policies, economic policies, political policies, health policies, education policies that deliberately exclude the black people from the mainstream economy. And you call that motivation? I say, hell no. This is not motivation time. We're here for a grand revolution. We need to shake the pillars of education, shake the pillars of religion, shake the pillars of the economy, shake the pillars of the health systems, shake the pillars of entertainment. And say, as Africans, we cannot constantly be thinking that being slim and looking like a coat hanger girl is what is beautiful. As you put in advertisements, we have our women fuller body with enough volumes to hold. Why must we wait for the white colonial way of expressing beauty as our way of expressing beauty? Now this cosmetic form of thinking multiplies itself over the entire plethora of African function. West, when it comes to culture, where we uphold Western culture as superior to African culture. Getting married in a white way, giving birth is not a sickness, for crying out loud. Cows do it every day. But now they're making money out of it. And half our women, their stomachs are cut into half through cesarean section. What happened to our old ladies who knew how to help us deliver children with no vaccination and etc.? Have we lost that knowledge yet? Have we lost that knowledge yet? Oh! We have now become coconuts, brown on the outside, but white on the inside.